Woody Checker Dumpson, check it out, because finally, we got two gangster rappers, two of the biggest gangsters in the game, right? They are finally talking about pulling up. And no, we're definitely not talking about working out. They're not going to be doing pull-ups. No, this is the new definition. I mean, if you think about that, I mean, Rick Ross could barely do a push-up without his knee on the ground. So we're not talking about that. But Ricky Rose and 50 Cent, they're talking about pulling up on each other to finally settle their beef. Now, they got a marathon beef going on, all right? Now, less than 12 hours after a few jabs were taken on Instagram by Ricky Rose, 50 Cent, who's in Europe right now, he's finally responded. Now, we're going to jump right into this marathon fuckery, okay? And by the way, if you need a little history lesson on why they're beefing or why it's at the place it's at now, please watch my last video on this channel. It explains it all. Now, 50 Cent posted up a picture of a top-flight correctional officer, William Roberts, a.k.a. Ricky Rose, a.k.a. Renzel, the biggest boss, the only rapper to my knowledge who's really moved weight and sold dope off the iPhone, okay? He moved weight across the Atlantic, okay? Now, he posted up the picture of Ricky Rose, kind of, very proudly in his correctional officer-like suit. And he said this. He said, okay, this is a good movie. Ha ha! A correctional officer who raps like a drug dealer till he believes it, then kidnaps and beats his groundkeeper as his record sales dwindle to nothing. So he marries a 22-year-old scripper his crew already ran through, donkey fucked her, of course, right? To make sure someone will visit him. Laughing my ass off. Wait, I want to buy the movie rights. This is too good. Now, he posted another picture. He actually did it back to back. So he posted up another picture with somebody wearing an MMG chain. And he said, yo, when y'all gonna get y'all chain back, man? Laughing my ass off. I know y'all been busy. You just didn't get around to it, did you? Okay. Then he posted up another picture. Goddamn, a three-peat. He said, this is how you look when Drake did your man dirty. Laughing my ass off. This the new MMG emoji. Look, but don't say nothing. Y'all all pussy, okay? And by the way, he put like an emoji. I gotta imagine that stands for pussy, because listen, I only send it to Breezy's when it's about to be treatment time, okay? And I'm talking about, of course, donkey. Anyway, now, supposedly that's like a camel toe representation, which is pussy, okay? Anyway, Rick Ross really wasn't off that shit, because he responded promptly by saying, 50 Cent, your son applied to be an intern, nigga, at MMG, and it's being processed. As you well know, I got 40 cars and 200 acres and a mower with his motherfucking name on it. I'm what you used to be. Now, you could tell. Ricky Rose is trying to, as P. Dice would say, he's trying to tap them ribs of 50 Cent, right? He's trying to make 50 Cent feel it.
You try to leave me hanging, I tapped them ribs up. Made you shake my hand.
Now, 50 Cent obviously bid for the bait, because once you mention his kids, we've seen with Slow Bucks, it kind of touches a very soft spot with 50 Cent. I don't know why. Well, I mean, he's a father. I'm not a father, but he is, so I can imagine why, right? Now, Rick Ross also made a couple of videos clowning 50 for actually making payments to his baby mama for the sex tape case that he lost. Remember, $7 million 50 Cent has to pay to Ricky Rose's baby mama. Now, even though he's going through bankruptcy, apparently both courts are working it out, bankruptcy court and also the court or the judge that actually gave the judgment. So you guys watch this and hear what he says.
You see? Them niggas wake up with me on their mind, nigga. I wake up with money on my mind. And I'm gonna get a nigga son a job for real. Like, what gonna do it? Cause it's like, pussy nigga, and you better make sure that payment right, the baby mama, and it better be on time. The first two been on time. You still about a week late.
Now, so he basically is confirmed, right? He says 50 Cent's actually making payments. Now, at this point, it looks like 50 Cent was joking around beforehand, but the mention of kids got him real serious, because instead of putting up more memes and trying to crack more jokes, he just commented directly on Rick Ross's last picture about his kid and said this. He said, "No more to say, see you soon." Then he said, "When I get back, you gotta say this to my face, girl." Then he said, "That wasn't a good idea. I'll make it easy. I'll come to wherever you at, bitch. Now see if Puffy or anybody can help you now." Now, for some reason, Fat Joe liked the picture. I'm not sure what that is. I mean, supposedly Fat Joe used to be rocking with like Khaled and like Rick Ross. Why would he like the picture, even though he squashed the beef with 50 Cent? But for whatever reason, he liked 50 Cent's picture. Now, one of the Dream Chasers affiliates, they also commented as well. Remember, 50 Cent kind of disliked Meek or clowned Meek, saying this is how everybody's face was when your man got did dirty, right? So we're not too sure who this guy was talking about. And by the way, the Dream Chasers affiliate, his name was TAC215. He's been seen with Meek Mill all over the place. And he commented on that picture, so we don't know if he's talking to 50 Cent or Louis V. Gutter, who Louis V. Gutter was on the picture talking shit as well. But he said, all this talking and IG shit gonna get you shot in your mouth again. Then finally, Rick Ross responded to 50 Cent, extending an invitation to him to pull up. Okay, he said, I've been waiting on 50 Cent to come see me for years now. Size uniform you and Marquise wear, boy. The countdown has begun. Now, let's be clear on what's going on. We read all the tweets, but we got to be clear on what's going on. I personally believe that Ricky Rose is trying to play chess with 50 Cent. Okay, he's trying to play an emotional type of chess, and he's really trying to manipulate and con 50 Cent into a jail cell. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you notice how he's been approaching this like new beef, because he's been aggressive. He was on the defense for a long while, but after this case with 50 Cent and 50 Cent filing bankruptcy, he's been on the offense. Why? Now, his baby mama's going to get $7 million. Now, if 50 Cent gets successful with his bankruptcy proceeding, she might not get $7 million. It might be only like $500,000. Now, that's still a win, but $7 million sounds a lot better than $500,000. So what is Rick Ross trying to do? He's trying to basically get 50 Cent to almost admit to bankruptcy fraud, okay? Which not only would throw out the bankruptcy proceeding, could send 50 Cent to jail. Somebody from Dance Moms just got sent to jail for lying in bankruptcy. Okay, so the big thing is this, right? He keeps talking about money or how much money he has and how good he's doing. I got 40 cars and 200 acres. Knowing that 50 Cent can't really talk what he has or money he has because his financial documents is really open to everybody else and he can't really talk about money that's not on the books, right? So if 50 Cent says, yo, man, yo, Ross, you know I'm fucking 20 times as rich as you. You know I'm only filing bankruptcy because I'm scamming the system. Bingo, you're going to fucking jail, okay? So Rick Ross is playing a type of manipulative game with 50 Cent. He's trying to con him into a jail cell, okay? Now, as far as them getting physical, pulling up, let's be frank, okay? Rick Ross and 50 Cent will never see each other again in life. Never. They're bosses, okay? Like, no matter what you want to think, Rick Ross is a boss, 50 Cent's a boss, okay? The only people that might get hurt physically in this is probably like Omarion. It's probably like, I don't know, Gunplay. Probably like Kid. It's not going to be the bosses. So the threats about what they're going to do when they see each other is not going to happen. They're not going to see each other. If anything, now we have hip hop police a little bit more heightened. And also we have like event organizers that if they're going to even be in the same town, they're going to be a little bit more wary with security. Okay. But nothing's going to happen with these guys physically. But it's important to know that Rick Ross is playing chess. Rick Ross is really trying to get 50 out of his character, and that's why I don't even believe the story about Marquise applied to MMG for an internship. I think he said it to kind of get 50 in his feelings, and it worked. Now, 50 didn't really start talking that financial shit. 50 started talking like, yo, we'll get it physical, what's up? So we'll see where it goes, man, but Rick Ross is trying to play with 50, trying to find an emotional way that he could get 50 off his game. And I know a lot of people think 50 is a very smart guy, which he is. But we've seen in the past when his emotion got the better of him in beefs, he's made decisions where he's paid for it later, i.e. a sex tape. So we'll see, man. You guys get in the comment box. Make sure you guys like, definitely subscribe. I'll keep you updated. It's your boy, DJ Akademiks, man.